Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Crystal and you're with Creations with Crystal. And today we are going to do something fun, and it's going to be with alcohol inks and on YUPO paper, and I've already drawn out a butterfly. And what I'm going to do next is use the masking fluid to protect the areas that we want to keep white as we paint the butterfly. So once you've got your lid off and get your brush, you're just going to take that masking fluid, dip your brush in it, and anywhere that you have put places that you wanted to have without color, you just place this masking fluid. I may have to get a thinner brush for some of the thinner areas. There we go. We'll use this one for the big ones right now. You see it just kind of drops in there nice. If you get enough on your brush, angle it right, and around you go. And so let me fill in all these little white places, save time for you, and be right back. Okay, now I've applied the masking fluid. This is a Artist Watercolor masking fluid by Turner. Just in case you haven't seen it, I show it every time. Use it all the time. All right, so now we're going to let this dry, and when it dries, it'll have clearness, but yet if you hold it like this, you'll be able to see it. So I'm going to use the blow dryer and save you from that. And when that's all dry, we'll go on to our next step, which is painting it. Okay, we got it all dry. And a couple of tricks I was thinking of as I was doing this. I use a blow dryer to speed up the process. By the way, always use a cool setting, or maybe very low heat. I never use heat. I like it because you don't want your paper to buckle or some weird thing to happen. So cool works great for me. It dries the inks just perfectly. And I want to play with our India inks. They're calling to me. So I made a palette up and everything right over. If you can see it right there. All right, and I'm going to come back here and get us lined back up again. There we go. Can you see? Yes, I got to stick my head underneath it and make sure. You're there, and there. Perfect. Okay, this is our fluid brush, which I cleaned out as much as I could. Use an old brush when using the masking fluid because it's glue, and it will glue up your paintbrush. But if you just use one in particular, it'll be fine. Like this one, it was old, sprayed, the bristles were all sprayed, and this kind of thing. And you just rub a little bit like that, and you can get most of the old off. But anyway, just keep that as the one that you use to, place the masking fluid down on. Okay, I'm wanting bright and brilliant colors, so yes, I am going to take off the little glass lid that I made to sit over the palette. We're going to move that out of the way carefully. I don't want it to break. There. Okay. And we will get started with putting some color down. I'm going to use, which I think is a wonderful item, you fill it up with alcohol, this part of the pen, and here, and you can squeeze and get alcohol to come out that tip, and you can dip it in a dry alcohol, for instance, the one that I let dry, like over here. It reactivates with alcohol. Let me fill this up. It's actually on the empty side. Hold on. I got to thinking maybe you'd like to see how you fill up a pen like this. You get these little cones, little fillers, and you stick it in the, well, you take the cap off the 99% alcohol first. And I use Vaxin, by the way. 99% alcohol. I never do lower. Don't ever do 70. It has so much water in it. Your inks will curdle and you won't be a happy camper. Nothing lower than 90. But I'd stick just right to 99%. I've got another order of it coming because I have just getting started, getting all my palettes ready and pens ready. Has really eaten through that alcohol fast, so be prepared for that. Then after you've put your alcohol in, you just squeeze the top back in and you're in business. It'll squirt out alcohol. Alright, you know, while we're doing this, I wanted to do, I have two options to use. Let's see, that's already got alcohol. That'd be nice. And I wanted, there was one in particular that I thought, oh yeah, look at that. Isn't that a neat looking brush right there? Yeah, I haven't used any of the, that's too big. Too big. Alright, and I already have everything that I need. And I believe this is a big one too. It is. And it's all good to go. But I don't need that one. Let's see what the last one is. Yeah, I could maybe use that one. That one's a little smaller and it has alcohol in it. Yay! Put your little caps, you know, they're real easy to misplace. And then you don't want to lose your alcohol from your pen. So just put it on the bottom like that. And it just attaches, okay, to the one you want to start with anyway. Alright, I'm going to come over here and grab me this one. Let's put away the alcohol, yeah. That would be a good idea, Crystal. Okay. We also have the gelato that you squeeze and push air with, which I'm not really thinking I'm going to be doing that. I'm just going to be spreading some beautiful colors just randomly, just for fun. Oh, you know what I might do first? Almost forgot something, guys. I want to put down some alcohol blending solution down here on the paper and all over the butterfly. And remember, the masking fluid will protect your painting, you know, and I even have it on the outside in case it, you know, gets out of line. Then a little bit of alcohol in there to mix with that real well. Why don't we use that? I guess that's not going to work, is it? Okay. We got us a little purple. Yeah. And if you squeeze it, alcohol comes out. I already went out of line, but I'm not worried about that. Just want to get some color down. Yeah, just like that. Okay. It's looking pretty good. Let's do the same thing to over here. Grab me a little more purple. Squeeze a little alcohol to get it moving. I'm glad I protected my paper. Pretty sure up to that far I did. And just color it in. There we go. Pretty, pretty, pretty. pretty. Now there's a little granulation happening, and I've got some granulation fluid that I think I'm going to put right up in that area with this brush and see what happens. Because that is what you would call some granulation, would you not? Those little, like, broke up pieces of pigment. Interesting. So we'll see what this granulating fluid does. If it helps or hurts. Got some up there. I'm kind of dotting it. I don't mind texture, you know. The texture's pretty cool. Just don't want it to look, you know, messed up like. Okay, we got some on there. Let's leave that open, in fact, right in front of us in case we need some more. Alright, let's rinse off our brush. You have a little bowl of alcohol. A way to do it is just to keep a little piece of cellophane over the top, and that keeps it from evaporating. And at the end of the day, I simply have, I found a cap that actually fits right over the top. So you have that like that. And you won't lose that precious, expensive 99% alcohol. Okay, so be ready for that. Move my lid out of the way. Alright, I think that I'm going to give this a little blow with the hair dryer. Pretty right now, but it will. I'm going to keep building on it. I think I'm going to... Oh, there we go. And rinse this brush off. And I also want to brush off my water pen. Or, you know, if it's made for watercolors, but, you know, obviously it can be used for other things. So... come and wet some areas through here. So I was wanting some blue. There we go. And there. And then we want to come over to here and do the same thing. Only that time I waited to squirt it out of the pen, the alcohol. I don't want you to go out the border, because I didn't put that thick outside the border. I don't want any bleed through, so I've got a little paper towel, and I'm just doing that to anything that's really thick. And use my gelato to try to get some interesting shapes inside. Butterfly. At first I really didn't like the gelato, but you know what? I have grown to really like it. It makes some beautiful patterns. You're in a little more control than the air compressor, so I'm liking it. There we go. Just wanting to get some pretty lines going. pretty. If you want a little more, just give yourself a squeeze of alcohol there. Just wanted to soften that line. There we go. Really didn't want that on there. Alright, that's looking pretty. I like it. Okay, let's work on this side. Grab us some blue. More blue. See if we can make some interesting looks here. Isn't that pretty? And you just kind of blow it around until you get a pattern or visual that you're liking. Yeah, I did. I put all that down. Okay, so we're safe. All of that masking fluid is saving us. So we can be a little more fun with this. Just wanted a little bit of blue up in there. Why not? Oh yeah, that's pretty. Look at all the way that's moving. Cool. Let's do this a little more blue. And I wanted it to come up into here. And we're going to blue this right out like that. I'm thinking I like that better than the purple. Each ink kind of performs a little bit different than the other, so don't be afraid to experiment. Change your mind if the direction you're going isn't what you want. And soften areas that you want. And you kind of get kind of an almost cellular look there. Isn't that cool? That's what we're going to do. I know the time's a ticking, so I'm going to be introducing another color again, the violet up at the top. And let's do a little work and then let you come back. A peek at where we're at. I thought I would show you. And as you see, the texture and stuff, it's getting built up. And I'm just going to continue adding colors. And, of course, get his body in there. And we could probably start with the body now. Well, let me make sure everything's dry, actually. That's a good tip. Always dry after your layers. I'm getting some layering solution, which is an awesome product, but is always out of stock. So, but I'm waiting on it, and it's layering solution where I could layer everything if I wanted to keep it just like that and then build on top of it. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. It's just drying between the layers. Before I add or introduce another color. to believe that she has a black body or a gray body. I guess. Okay, I believe that is good. And let's come in with a little black. And we're just going to paint in the center of this little baby. Just like that. He has a round head. I'm trying to be careful. Just like that. Alright. And then we're going to put some air to it. And I'll pause you through that. We're at the stage where I'm blowing everything, another layer, completely dry. So as you can see, the layers are building up and the texture and all that good stuff. And when we remove the masking tape, it'll be a beautiful outline, of course, of the butterfly will be there, and white background, and then the little white spots will become visible, and we will either choose to color them or not. I know I'm talking over the blow dryer. This sound system, though, is incredible. I think you're probably able to hear me just fine. But I'll go ahead and finish drying and be right back. Okay, I want to let you know, for the first time, one of my subscribers who wishes to remain anonymous, because I would love to say who it is, that actually sent me a 5-pack bottles of, and they're 5 fluid ounces, and it's Pyx's alcohol ink. There's unicorn, mermaid, dragon, fairy, and phoenix. Phoenix is my favorite, and thank you so much. I appreciate every product. This is my first product sent, so very special to me. And in fact, I'm using them in this painting as well. They put on a sheen, and the phoenix, I'll show you right here's on the palette, is the silver one. Not sure if it's going to come through or not, but just that light shimmer, and I put it right on his body, right here, you know, and that's gave interest. So everything is dry, and I want to go ahead now and remove all the masking fluid from the butterfly so that we can see what we got, whether anything bled through, or did I make the masking tape too thick? Because I can see right there that didn't stay in shape like it should have. But that's okay. It's all fixable. You basically just rub in your fingers where you remember that there was. It's easier when you get a little ball started sometimes to get them off. Use your fingernail just lightly to try to bring out those masking fluid spots that I made. Okay, we're doing the inside now. Looks like I needed an eraser. Looks like my pen there. In fact, I want to shut this pen so I won't lose any alcohol. Make sure it's clean. Okay, there. Okay, that was bothering me. I was like, oh, can't lose that alcohol. All right, let's come over here, do the same thing. I'm finding, since they were so small, it's easier with just a light fingernail and rub. Yeah, just like that. And it just comes off like cool little pieces. See, that one's wanting to go ahead and grab the outside, which we'll do. But first I want the inside to come off. See what we got here. What kind of accents do we got? What kind of silver can I use out of my new set? It was Magnify or Magic. Oh, I wrote it down, but I can't. I don't know what that is, but that's not coming off. Is that just some spillover? I'm just going to use my nails. There we go. That looks better anyway, whatever that was. And there, I knew one was. Got that. Over here. There it is. There it is. Then I knew there was a long one there. Somewhere there. There. I know I'm feeling some, I think right here, but it's a no. So let's go over here. Oh, good. That big one came good. There we are. Isn't that neat? That's so neat. Took it all the way down to the paper. Now we're going to remove the outside of the body of it that I lined with the frisket paper. So I'm being very careful and hoping that no bleeding happened. Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh, and it's so fun to do this, by the way. It is. It feels like, I don't know, school, back in school maybe, did some art project or science project, I don't know. But playing, oh, I know. We used to play with the Elmer's glue and put it on the palms of our hands and then peel it off, you know. Thinking that was so cool. So this brings back memories for sure. Playing with some glue. And this is just super neat. They didn't have this that I knew of growing up. Isn't that neat? Just covers your piece so nice. Now we had a slight bleed through right there. And that's not going to be a problem because I'll take some alcohol and a cotton swab and that will be gone. So let me get all these little bits of rolled up glue, masking fluid, throw it away. Let's come over here. I have allergies, by the way, and they are really getting hard tonight. I keep hearing myself sniff, so excuse me. I don't know what happened there, but that should have peeled off. But we shall straighten that out too. No problem. Alright. Make sure all the edges, I'm just touching them with my nail. We want to make sure all the glue's off. We don't want any funky colors. Trying to get underneath the Scotch tape. Now, I found Scotch tape to be better than the blue painter's tape as far as keeping the paper clean. So when I lift up the, at the very end, we're going to lift up the Scotch tape around it, and we should have a border. Isn't that pretty? Now, if I had the layering solution, I could put that on and work on, and it's real quick. And I could work on the background without worrying about messing up the butterfly. but to do it the way I have to do it would be to masking fluid the butterfly to then put in the background. Well, now though, we're going to worry about let me get my erasers. I know I moved them. Trying to make room for stuff. I've got a clean cotton swab right there and ready to use. Yeah. Trying to find my tool. Give me a second here. I was looking for my eraser, by the way, because you can see where I had put lines there to indicate where I wanted to put the masking fluid. I always do that. It's masking fluid. And you can then, after it's all dry, take your eraser and erase those out of there. And sometimes you bring in a little color from the other color, which, I can't help. But you do want to get the pencil out of there because it'll show right through. We use pencil, though, a lot of times. Let's say if we were making a circle and we wanted to make it look like a bubble, then, we'd break out shading. And with India inks or alcohol inks, which I ended up switching, by the way, from the India to the alcohol ink, India ink to alcohol ink, because I wasn't liking what I was getting with the India ink. I'm going to have to look into that a little bit more. It seemed to granulate up really bad. So it may need the paint needs prior, mixed with the blending or the granulated stuff. This is it here. Granulated. So, and I was reading the back, and it was saying, that it needed to be mixed with the color. So, maybe that's why the India ink is doing that. It's granulating, which was ugly. So, I just switched right back over to the regular alcohol ink, and as you see, everything's fine. So, hard to make a mistake, really, with this medium. That's why I like it. There's freedom. And sometimes the painting will create itself. Like, I didn't make all these that big, but they turned out big, didn't they? In some places that you try to erase, doesn't want to. So just be firm with it and keep trying. You want to get good erasers, by the way. These are art erasers, not stuff you just... Now, there may be something at the Dollar Tree or something. I don't know. But these are great. They work well with the 140-pound sheets of watercolor. That's what I had originally bought them for. But they're an excellent, excellent eraser. Because a regular eraser would kind of smear it around, basically, where this is actually taking it away. Kind of like the masking fluid with the leftover residue that you gotta watch for. And brush off your project. And just keep doing this until you've got no pencil marks showing in our pretty white kind of dots we got going on to identify the flower. The butterfly. Oh my goodness. Me and my words. You gotta get it. I do that all the time. I'm constantly calling the masking fluid frisket paper. Now the two are totally opposite of each other. Ew, so I don't know why. I get tongue-tied. I'm a little shy, so maybe that's it. I need to be like Waterfall Acrylics Karen. She has a glass of wine sometimes when she's creating, and maybe that is a good idea for me. It definitely would be relaxing, and a little more fun, bubbly. I think on it. I don't really drink anymore, but I wouldn't mind having a glass of wine here and there. Maybe it'd be fun. And my big dream, you know, is Karen has people over to her house to watch her do her deconstructive blooms, which are gorgeous. And she's so much fun, and they have a blast together, whether it's one or two that she invites, whatever. You know, they're having a little wine too, and just enjoying watching her create, and talking and chit-chattering, and having a good time. So that's my dream. Maybe one day I'll be able to get enough subscribers so that I am somebody. And maybe she would like to paint with me sometime. That's my dream. And it'll probably just be a dream because it felt so rough right in there. Let me just make sure all the pencil marks are gone. And you notice I did, yeah, see there's some. Kind of go back over and don't be afraid to hit the ink part, because that pencil mark is there if it was really close. So just give all your, like up here I missed. Like I'm taking up your time again. Fast forward, which I never thought of saying too much until I heard others on YouTube do that when their videos are long. And that's just, please fast forward if you're uninterested in this part, you know. I don't know how to break them into sections like I've been seeing a lot of the bigger artists do on their description box, but I don't know how to do that. So, there we go. It's looking better, guys. Thinking I'm getting all the pins. Oh, yeah, around the outside, because I did draw it. So, let's give it a pencil mark going over, too. Alright, for this part, since it is getting longer and longer, I'll put you on pause. Okay, after I've given it a good scrub down with my great eraser, then just to make sure I get all the little pieces, I usually break this out and give it a good, you know, kind of all around, because you don't want anything to fall into the new paint that you're going to put on. So, we've done that, and I use that a lot for blowing out blooms. Flowers, I should say, just flowers. All right, now we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to paint the his little antennas that come out on him. And let me get a good fine liner brush. I should be more prepared for you guys. I apologize for that. I'm going to try this very little liner brush, and it's actually for putting on eyelashes. There we go. His head wasn't quite round either. And I just want something like that. And that. Yeah, that looks good, right? Okay. Our little micro eyelash brush. Let me let you look at it. Isn't that neat? See how little tiny. I mean, that's fine. I've got some fine paintbrushes, but nothing like this. A friend of mine gave me that. She puts on eyelashes, and she says, I bet you'd love these. So I said, oh yes, oh yes. I love it when people help me out with my art. I need to just come through here. Oh, it's good and dry. and do a little touch up there, I think. Yeah. So let's do that. I'm just going to get a little purple, violet actually. Come up here. There we go. Just fill in that line a little bit. And around the little circles. Or, I don't know, they're not really circles. They're kind of, I don't know, things that butterflies get. A long oblong looking one. Alright, that looks better. Let's check over here. I see a spot. There we are. There, that looks better. Oh, up there. Alright, just the illusion. And I see some bluish green that needs a little help, so we're going to come in here and do that. Oh yeah, much better. Because it's curvy, this butterfly is curvy at the bottom. There we go. Oh, that looks so much better. And we'll do the other side. I wonder if anybody can hear the water fountain in the background. Does it come through to you guys? It's very relaxing too. I encourage water motion like that if you want to really, you know, relax, which I find painting to be a really good outlet to forget about the cares in the world and just, you know, make something pretty. And, all right. Now, I've got to decide whether I want to come in. I'm thinking I'd like to come around. I'm trying to decide of the color. Ochre yellow keeps calling out to me. Let me put you on pause for a moment so I can take a good look at it and decide exactly what color we're going to use. A little trick is to have your cotton ball, and I've used this already, but anyway, wet it down, and I don't want to put the side that I had the paint on. There we go. And, you know, you can come in here and dabble and get any little piece of paint or discoloration off your paper. Okay. And since I'm wanting it to be nice, and I think I'm back and forth whether I want to use the yellow on the back or on the front. And I'm thinking the front. I'm going to make an executive decision. It's going to be inside. I'm going to use some of this ochre. That's what I'll do. And use a very thin brush. Yeah, oh yeah, that's much better. Oh yeah. They looked like holes before. I didn't like that. Oopsie. Get my painting surface stable there. I'm just coming in with that color yellow and ink and alcohol mixed together. There we go. Oh yeah, loving the yellow. That's what it needed. It was feeling holy. Okay. Whipping through these pretty quick. Hope I'm not boring you to death. Like, would you please give me the final product? It takes time. This is a creative process. Just joking around. It is, though. Kind of got to think a little bit. It's hard for me. Just what color and not to let it bleed. And looks like we're having no problems except a little bit there, but we'll see what we can do. As long as those main ones are perfect, we should have no problem look-wise. There we go. Gonna turn my substrate. Aren't I fancy? I call it my substrate. I'm turning my paper. I find a lot of artists really use all the perfect words, and unfortunately, I call things the wrong words. Oh my goodness. That's looking really pretty against the purple too. This is yellow ochre. By the way, Magicfly alcohol is the brand. So I don't think I told you that. And yeah, Bombay is the Indian inks, which I'm having a little difficulty with. So I got to see what I'm doing wrong. I may have to mix that granulated liquid with the paint prior to painting. Oh, that's pretty. Yes, we are liking likey. Okay. For the background, I think I'm going to do a very pale yellow. Yeah. A very pale yellow. Let's see here. Where? Because I'm out of my yellow. So let's see if I can find it quickly. If it looks like it's going to be long, I'll put you on. Oh, there's gold. I don't think it was a very powerful gold, though, if I remember. Oh, I know. You know, that might be beautiful, actually. It's come with that iridescent paint that my wonderful subscribers sent me. Yeah, I think that's the answer. Go around the entire thing with this beautiful metallic. And then that'll do it. So I'm going to pour some in my little palette there, remembering that when it dries, it reactivates with just plain 99% alcohol. Okay, so nothing's wasted. Isn't that nice? I think that's nice. I think I don't want that pen, though. Where's my pen I was using? No. Oh, fiddly-dee. Fiddly-dee. Where did you go? This must be it, because yeah, it's about out of ink, so that's it. We don't need a lot of ink. We're just going to come in and spread some around it. Yeah, why not? That's pretty. And it'll have some pretty sparkle. Thank you again for sending these to me. She said she didn't use them anymore and thought I could use them. You're such a doll. Yes, I've been begging. It costs a lot for materials to keep painting and providing free content to you. And I really appreciate those that appreciate it. Because I don't have a tip jar and all that stuff. Not that I don't believe in it necessarily, but I really don't know how to do it on my, I don't think I have enough subscribers even. I don't know that they'd let me put a link. You have to be on a higher tier. But I am on the second tier. I am thrilled about that. I think I'm 135 or something. Woo! I'm loving that. Oops, that blue bled a little bit into our beautiful silver metallic here. Okay. Just kind of, I don't, not every place. Trying not to touch the paint too much, as I see now that it did bleed a little. Okay. I'm just going to move it around. Oh, that's lovely. That's pretty. It's like keeping the white, but yet, a little special something. And I haven't used the other colors of this beautiful set that she sent me. I'm just so thrilled about it. I keep talking about it, don't I? Okay, need to hush. All right, we're almost done here. I'd like to get it to the point where you can see me peel off the tape and go ta-da. Or no, I better not. That's Karen saying. I shall say, it's done. I don't know. It is funny that I caught myself doing that in videos. Ta-da! And I'm thinking, oh, that's Karen saying. I can't take her. Why am I doing that? I think because I watch her so much. I'm so fascinated with the deconstructive bloom. That has been the one thing that has really been difficult for me to do. It's not easy, I'll tell you. She is talented. Okay, I see a little bit over there that I think needs to match the other side, which I accidentally got a little dark. There, I just added it, squeezed, and a little bit of alcohol came out. I probably will do a little bit of splattering, possibly. And I'm doing that on his head as well, to give his body a little bit of shape there. One light side and a dark side. Dark side. Okay, that's pretty, and I do believe that's it. That is it for a completed project. I put a little more alcohol in my beautiful gift so that I'll be able to go back and dip into the palette later on another project. Okay, now let's rinse my brush in some alcohol. Boom, boom, boom. Wipe, yep, gone. We don't want silver and everything. So, there. Wipe it one more time. Make sure we get all that out of there. Okay. Letting it dry. That's one of the reasons I'm putting you through that process. But plus you need to know, if you've never done it and you're starting to do it. Oh, I think it's so pretty. Okay, let's see. Now, there's all kinds of little embellishments that we can do. And one, if I can find it, is a black Sharpie thin. Where did it go? Is that it? I believe that's it. Yeah. And what I'm going to do is use it to kind of get it to behave better. So when I need a piece of paper to get it going. Oh, it's so frustrating when you're trying to show somebody, then all of a sudden your pen don't work. Maybe I'm close to being out of ink. That could be a possibility. Yeah, I'm about out of ink. I think that's the issue. This usually flows great. And then you can outline and stuff like that. You gotta come back. I don't know. We'll try one more thing and there. There. And there was just a little bit of a nobule thing here not working for me. Wanted to make it rounder. There we go, that's better. There. And where it stubbornly wants to bleed, and I just take this kind of a thing and make it on purpose. I wish the pen was working better here. I may have to get another pen here. Okay, let's give a flyover of the finished product. The finished part of our creation, butterfly, alcohol ink. Isn't it pretty? I did all the little pretties off camera because it just came to me. So I did it. So this is the final. Not going to do anything else, to it. I want to thank everybody. Thank you for my subscribers, the ride or dies. Thank you so much. Hey, and thank you to the newbies. Welcome to my family. Please use the YouTube player to thumbs up, which means like, give me a comment on something you like or tips you may have. Any of that kind of stuff, because I read them and will answer. And also a little tidbit, I don't have a tip jar and do all that stuff. I would like to, but I am too low on the tier of YouTube, and plus I don't really know how to do that. So what I do say though is, if you have products that art related, naturally, that are tired of and whatever, and you'd like to gift them to me and mail them, I would be so thrilled. I had my first one. I think I explained that in the very first beginning of the video, and she wants to remain anonymous. So thank you very much, and I love the colors. She sent me 5 of the most iridescent, shimmering colors possible. And I know this light is not picking it up, but the background is used, and the name of the color is Phoenix. So thank you very much, and I used it and gonna be using all of them. Thank you for hanging in there to this long video. Have a great day, and